Hey guys, it's Mark again with Barlow Bushcraft. I'm here in Mansfield, Ohio at my financial office. I just met with a client, helped him get out of debt a little faster, and helped him with their auto coverage. And I was telling them a little bit about what we were doing with Barlow Bushcraft, and they asked about my kit and what I normally carry, and I thought, that should probably be the next video that I put on YouTube and Facebook is about the kit that I carry most of the time. So I wanted to keep this one a little bit shorter. This is the kit that I have with me about 99% of the time, I would say. It's a simple Leatherman tool, and it's very, very worn. I've worn it a bunch, but the modifications that I've done to it, one of the things is I broke the can opener on this thing. So I keep a can opener with me in the kit. I was opening an ammo can of Mosin Nagant ammo, actually, and broke the thing. So I guess that's why they send you a can opener with those big ammo cans, because they're hard to open. But I keep a Leatherman with me. This is a Leatherman wave tool. It's one of the old style Leatherman waves. I like it a lot. It's hair shaving sharp. I keep it hair shaving sharp. I don't care for the serrated blade. Leatherman, I wish you would come out with a fillet blade for this thing, and we'd be all set. I'm in love with the tool. I hate the serrated blades. Hate them, hate them, hate them. They're good, I guess, if you're sawing rope. They're a pain in the butt to sharpen. They're a pain in the butt to keep sharp. And they really, when you're dragging across something, they get check, check, check. That's how you get cut. Things hang up. I'd rather have a straight blade. I'd rather have a fillet blade, actually, for game, and use the other blade on this thing for utility. So if you're not familiar with Leatherman wave tools, look it up on the internet and check those out. But this is the pouch it comes in. The next thing I have with it is a small LED flashlight. And like I said, I've had this thing for years and years and years. And I keep it on my hip. A lot of times when I'm not doing business type things, when I was riding my Harley around, I rode with this, most of the time. If there was a repair to make on the bike, it worked very, very well. This is a AAA battery flashlight. It's LED. The camouflage is kind of rusted off the thing. Rubbed off, I should say. The next piece I have on this other side, I keep the flashlight here, and it stays nice and neat. I pull it out when I need it. On the other side, I simply have one of my daughter's hair ties here that holds on the top of this thing. Is a small plastic container. Inside this plastic container, I have a few items that I keep. I live in Ohio, so here where I live in north central Ohio, you are always within walking distance of some body of water. It reminds me a lot of Minnesota, Land O'Lakes, that type of thing. We're always within walking distance of water somewhere, a pond or a reservoir or a creek or a river. So I keep some fishing gear in here, as well as some fire starting gear. And I use my Leatherman tool to pull out my little fire starters here. Simply what these are Q-tips that I have soaked with Vaseline. And when we get ready to start the fire, I fray these out and get them nice and frayed at the end. And we can use our striker or a lighter or whatnot and get them fired up. I keep 4 of these in this kit. And you see I have cut them off, so they're not real long, so they fit in here, rather nicely. And so I've got 4 fire starters at the ready. We want to absolutely have those ready to go. I keep 3 of the split shot sinkers, if you can see that in my hand. One of them is a little larger. The other 2 are very, very small. This is primarily my pan fishing kit if I had to have one. It's not absolute must, but I keep 1 large jig for running water. You need something to get down toward the bottom if you're in moving water. I keep 4 regular bait hooks, and these are barbed hooks. They're not, the barb is on them. 4 of these regular barbed hooks. I'll set these over here so they don't get in my office carpet. Okay? 4 of them inside this. Then I keep 1 swivel, okay, just like so. And I have a very, very tiny jig with a small skirt on it. You can see in relation to how big my fingernail is as to how small this really is. And I keep 1 medium-sized jig. And it's all, like I said, inside this container, handy-dandy container. And the lid comes on, a piece of electrical tape holds it on nicely. On the pouch itself, okay, I keep a couple different sets of needles. The one needle that I keep, that I use kind of regular, is a simple pin. And this pin has a head on it, like an old sewing kit. I think it was in my mom's sewing kit at one point. I've used this literally for the last probably 20 years to pull out splinters and that type of thing. When I do this, very simply what I do is, on the front of the kit I also keep a small Bic lighter. I take the Bic lighter, light it, I put my needle through the flame, okay, several different times. That in itself sterilizes the needle so that when I pierce my skin with it, to get out the splinter, to get out the thorn, to get out, you know, the small shavings of metal or whatever it is that you have inside you, it sterilizes it. You don't need any special alcohol or anything like that. A simple small Bic lighter works fine, and this also doubles to help me with my fire starter. The next needle that I have is a small sewing needle. The small sewing needle here has a small tab here, and I pull it right up, and I can pull this right out of my Leatherman kit, just like so, okay? That's kind of an invaluable little tool when we decide to sew something and it's small, that type of thing. On the bottom of this, if you can see it in the video, I have right here is a sail needle, and the sail needle goes up through the seam of the pocket. That sail needle is attached to 50 foot of, I believe it's number 18 bank line. So I've got 50 foot of bank line. I have my hooks, I have all that. The next item I want to share with you, okay, is inside the front pocket of this. And inside here, I have my can opener because I broke the one on my Leatherman, so I carry the can opener with me. I need to send the Leatherman back and have them fix it. On this, all this is a piece of styrofoam cup. And on the styrofoam cup, I've got, I would say it's probably 30 yards or so of some of the old braided fishing line. This fishing line is just tough as nails. I check it pretty often. It doesn't deteriorate. It stretches kind of nicely. Most of my hooks it will fit in. The ones that it doesn't fit in, I can tie it straight to the swivel that I showed you before. And the swivel, in turn, will go onto the smaller baits and things. So if I need be, I can use the swivel, tie this on, away we go. The reason I keep so much of this with me is I have 4 of these hooks, and my theory is I'm going to make bank line. I'm going to make bank lines so that I catch fish while I'm sleeping. If I'm out and about and I get caught and I need to get some food, just about any time of year in Ohio you can catch bluegill. Almost any time. You know, you can always catch bluegill in Ohio. If you can't, there's something wrong, okay? The next piece I have is the end of a diamond rod sharpener. I simply grabbed a hold of it with a Leatherman tool, pulled on it with my hand, and I broke it off, okay? I keep this section of diamond rod inside the front of the pack kit in here so that I have something to sharpen the knife with if I need to. Now, I'm a knife fanatic. I love them. But this Leatherman tool, you know, I use it to fix the truck. I use it to fix my bike. I use it to fix, you know, whatever it is we're going to do. I use it to retract hooks out of fish. I use it for building things. The saw, it's got a file. It's a complete little kit that we have. We have fire. We have a way of catching fish if we need to. And we have a tool that has 2 blades in it. And we have some light. So, you know, it's an important little kit that we have. The bank line also, you can set snares and traps with it and catch red meat if need be. But most of the time, I use this kit as a tool in my everyday travels. I haven't had to use the fishing kit yet. I haven't been in a situation that I couldn't handle where I absolutely had to break this fishing kit out to survive, or the bank line for snares. But I'll tell you, the people in New Orleans, when Hurricane Katrina hit, would have killed for one of these. And there's a lot of people in a lot of places that want to have a small survival kit, want to have some preparedness things ready that they can carry on their hip. And this is the one I have. This is what I carry. I can always fish. I can always make fire. I can always, most of the time, fix whatever it is that I'm working on. I can sterilize needles, that type of thing. So I hope you enjoyed it. It's what I use. It's what I carry. I use what I carry most of the time. So hope you enjoyed this video, and I appreciate your support here at Barlour Bushcraft. Have a good night.